Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is going to be a new video showcasing my vinyl record collection, a new edition I got. I bought this one back in November, and this is AC/DC's Power Up. Now, this was released in November, and I think this is an absolutely fantastic album. I was absolutely shocked how good it was. Some people might be surprised to hear that. But me, I am an AC/DC fan, but I am of the belief that I'm not going to say they're one-dimensional by any means. I would never disrespect them like that. But I do think they definitely have a stick and ball formula when it comes to creating their music. And I definitely do feel like that some of their music can be kind of plain and very similar. I don't feel like they do a ton as far as changing it up. They don't really include any other instruments. Like, you'll never hear an AC/DC song with piano or synthesizer or even a ballad, really. And it's pretty much just hard rock and drums, guitar, bass, vocals. And that's about it. But in my opinion, I feel like AC/DC, their albums over the last 30 years or so, I feel like they've been pretty subpar. Now, granted, every one of them has, two, maybe three really nice songs on it each, and they're mainly the singles. This one is different. I feel like this album, pretty much from top to bottom, is actually fantastic. Definitely think it's their best album since 1990's The Razor's Edge. And there's just so much going on with this band over the last 6 years. There's the issues with Malcolm Young and, the health issues, so they had to replace him with Stevie Young. Brian Johnson with the hearing issues, they had to replace him with Axl Rose. Then you had Phil Rudd with all the legal issues, threatening to fucking kill people. They had to replace him with Chris Slade, who I am a fan of. I think he's underrated. 2017 comes and Malcolm Young unfortunately passes away. And then after the Rock or Bust World Tour that they finished out with Axl Rose, Cliff Williams decides that he's going to retire. And things were looking pretty bleak for AC/DC. And luckily, Brian Johnson, they did a lot of work with him, and he ended up rejoining the band. Cliff Williams decided to come out of retirement, and they actually got Phil Rudd to replace Chris Slade again, so he was back in the fold, and they decided to create this album. Now, this one was recorded in 2019, and I'm not 100% sure why it took so long to come out, but it did. I remember seeing all these rumors about the album and pictures of them coming in and out of the studio in Canada and everything. And everyone was kind of just waiting for this album to come out. And then finally, in November of 2020, it comes out. And one thing I want to say about this album is I love how the title is not a title of a song. I feel like they've been doing that a lot over the past few albums. And so they kind of just came up with an album title that was just completely original. One thing I also like about this cover here is it doesn't blatantly say Power Up on it. I mean, it does on the cases, but it's not like it says Power Up in huge letters and you can tell. It pretty much just says AC/DC flat in your face. And I got this at Walmart. It was $30-ish, and this is the opaque red vinyl, which I guess is exclusive to Walmart. And you open it up and you have all the band members here, and also when you continue to open it up, there are a lot of pictures. Now I can tell that you can tell that these pictures were taken during the music video for Shot in the Dark. That's what I think, I'm pretty sure. And as you can see, one of the pictures is a tribute to Malcolm Young. You can see, as it says, this one's for Mal. As for the songs, I think they are fantastic. I will say that my favorites are Realize, Shot in the Dark, Through the Mist of Time, Kick You When You're Down, Witch's Spell, Demon Fire, and Money Shot. I feel like there's just so much energy on this album and a lot of originality. I think the production on it is very well. I feel like everyone is playing very awesome. Brian Johnson's voice sounds incredible, absolutely incredible. It seriously sounds like him from the 80s or 90s. And my dad asked me, well, do you think they put some auto-tune on his voice or anything? And me personally, I have a decent gauge when it comes to that. And me personally, I don't think there was much, if at all, on his voice. I will say I feel like there was a lot more background vocals on this album, and I love that. I love the sound of the background vocals. I feel like they did a good job with that. And the main thing is just the energy. Just very youthful, and you can tell they put a lot of soul and love into this album. And I'm not going to consider this a full-blown review. I did want to do a full-blown review of this album right after it came out, but because of me being busy plus laziness, it just didn't happen, unfortunately. I will eventually one day get to that, but I did want to give a lot of my thoughts on the album itself right here. So that's pretty much all I got to say about it. This album went straight to #1, was #1 worldwide for weeks, and I think it's for fantastic reason, and it's pretty obvious why. Definitely one of my all-time favorite AC/DC albums. Anyway, that's it for my newest video in my vinyl record collection. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys had a good New Year's and that 2021 is the best year of your motherfucking life. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.